My name is Naj, and in the beginning, my documentary was going to be about my whole life as a second-year grad student at MTSU. It's Monday. I've been here on campus since 8:30. My car broke on me, and I am doing my visual aesthetic treatment an hour before class. I have no idea what the fuck I'm doing. But then I realized I'm sad as shit.
Just tell me about how you started your project and then, like, what led you to choose the subject that you did.
Well, it kind of just like popped up to me one day when I was on my phone. I am like addicted to my phone. Like, yes. I am always on it. I'm always on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and I realized that I'm probably sad because I'm always like looking at my phone and just seeing like an influx of negative things all the damn time. So I changed my subject because I wanted to see if I was going crazy or if other people felt that way. I traveled to Atlanta to talk to the rap duo Civil Rights to get their insight about how they felt social media affected them when it came to depression.
You forget about what you really got, so that's my take. Shit.
Got it all.
I then traveled back up to Nashville to talk to Chelsea, who is a student at Tennessee State University majoring in sociology and psychology. I wanted to go talk to her, and she shared her story of how she uses creativity to cope with everyday life. And I even met with a really cool social worker who gave me a little bit of insight on the professional side of how social media could affect this generation as far as depression goes. Yeah, people should stop like hiding their emotions when they like not sad about something, or when they are like, just upset about something. It's okay to be upset, But at the same time, nobody wants to like let anybody else know that they're upset. It's like that time when you do something and when you're walking down the street and somebody's like, "Hey, how you doing?" and you're just like, "I'm fine." But in reality, the whole fucking world's just falling apart. Nobody's ever just fine, man.
Yeah, these guys don't need no introduction. They came up on this thing and they was ready, so nah, man, I'm ready. Y'all ready? This works. This is Civil Rights. If you don't know, you about to find out.
A lot of it has to do with social media.
Yeah.
I feel like it separates everybody. So like everybody's living in their own world, and and like everybody's comparing each other. Like they say, like comparison is like the thief of happiness or some shit like that. But yeah, so like you constantly comparing your life to someone else. So and you don't get to see the details of it. So being a young person and seeing someone like your age, 10 times more successful than you, like can drive on you, especially when you see it constantly every day, like the timeline or whatever, it's just constantly rolling. Like you see a chain, see a motherfucker sitting by a Lamborghini, and then you might be on the MARTA bus going to work, and that shit it changes the whole feel of the day, even if you was having a good day. Because now it's like, your good day ain't good enough compared to the next person's good day, and you forget about what you really got.
My name is Lana Ventura, and I have a master's degree in clinical mental health counseling, and I've been practicing in the field for, about 2 years now, postgraduate, and we're here to talk about depression and social media. Social media use and depression have a positive correlation. The more you use social media, the higher chance you are of developing depression, or the more likely it is that your depression symptoms are going to be worse. We know that. That's great. There's been some recent research that has shown that. Unfortunately, we don't know what the specific mechanisms are, and we're still trying to figure that out. So, is it because people are comparing themselves? Is it because people are getting sort of a false sense of connection where you're on social media and, you have hundreds of friends and stuff, but you're not actually connecting with them in a meaningful way? There are so many different things that we could pick out like that, and we're not quite sure what of those specifically are contributing to that depression and anxiety.
I'm Chelsea. I'm from Memphis, Tennessee. I transferred jobs to go to LA and hang out there with some friends. I felt like I was kind of like a late bloomer to everyone and getting just basically getting my shit together. I would compare myself all the time, and I get on my phone. So I'm dealing with that in real life, and I'm dealing with that on social media, and it kind of puts a damper on me and my progression because I'm always so hard on myself.
People will exaggerate for the purpose of trying to put on a facade. Sometimes people have social media accounts. They're only showing the best parts of their life. They're only showing the parts of their life that they know they will receive praise for. That can create issues though, because you have all of these people who are only showing the good things in their life, and other people don't realize that. They're seeing oh, Joe Schmo's life is amazing. Joe Schmo might be experiencing crippling anxiety because he feels like he has to show the world that his life is good. And so that actually can become a cycle. It can become addictive. It can become just problematic. People can become addicted to the likes. They start counting oh, I got 1,000 likes. They're not getting enough validation.
People become depressed because they live in their head. You don't really have an opportunity to see things from an objective point of view. So one-on-one communication or breaking down problems and focusing on the point, some constructive ends to a miscommunication or any issue that you may have, needs to happen more often among people. That's why I think a lot of people are going to therapy now, because they just need time to decompress.
Just now, learning how to cope in a more healthy way. Creating, whether it's sketching or listening to music and writing, it's always been an outlet to me, a healthy outlet, and it's made me a little bit at ease. It's dream interpretations, stuff from my dreams, cartoon characters, more anime because I'm a nerd. Also reading, looking up stuff all the time. If I'm feeling some type of way, I'm gonna research now. I just been researching about myself and trying to dig into myself and figure out things that I need to know about myself, and when situations are going to trigger me and what I need to do, or whether I need to step back or I need to just face it, just put myself out there and just face it and execute it, just so it won't happen anymore.
Some healthy ways to cope with your emotions when you're feeling anything that one might attribute as being negative. If you're feeling sad, angry, disappointed, etc., right? These are uncomfortable emotions, traditionally speaking. And a lot of times we have a tendency to want to vent on social media and say, I'm angry or sad or upset because of these things. And it feels a little bit disconnected. You get, your comments, oh, I'm sorry you're experiencing that. Give me a call if you need to. And a lot of times there's not really any follow-up on our end, the person who's upset. And so a way that we can sort of address those issues without necessarily going to the social media and ending up in this dead-end zone is to maybe use your phone in another way by actually calling someone and having a conversation, or saying, hey, I'm going through something tough right now. Do you want to go get coffee? And then, taking that step to actually have that face-to-face interaction with someone, bonding over whatever emotions you're experiencing by sharing that with another person and being vulnerable in, a real and human way face to face with someone.
If you want to be happy, if you really want some happiness, some organic happiness, you're gonna help yourself as much as you can and get help.
Oh yeah, I think I got a lot of stuff. Fuck that all the way up. I'm not stalling. This is really great B-roll. This is going to be in my credits.
Hey everybody, this is B-roll.
Hey everybody, this is me. I don't even know why the hell I decided to go to grad school. That should be the actual subject.